Hello and welcome this evening to the sleep in peace practice. I try not to say rest in peace practice because it sounds like I'm preparing you for death, which this practice is not about that. This is the sleep in peace practice. If you would like to connect more fully to God's living and loving support and learn how to receive the powerful and supportive aliveness that is occurring in each of the good things that happen to you today, then you are in the right practice. For this class, if you have not been with us before, you want to take a moment and look into the description box below. If you click more in that text and maybe more a second time in the text, it'll pull down a little description, but it's also going to open up a link, and that link will be the little worksheet that we use for this practice. It's really helpful to be able to use that to follow along, but don't worry if you have just a regular journal, I can walk you through it as well. We're going to be here for about 25 minutes, and this practice will prepare you for sleep, and it's also going to teach you some skills that you can use in case you do kind of pop up out of sleep in the middle of the night. This will help you reconnect with your living support and help you learn how to make your way back into a restful sleep. So, I'm going to give you a few moments to go ahead and get situated. You want to grab a pillow for support and your journal or a pen and your PJs, and come on and let's get started in our class tonight. So we begin our time together in the same way that we're invited to begin all of our moments of conscious awareness, and that is to first pause and take a moment to recognize how we are connected to and supported by the place where we are seated. Let's go ahead and turn our attention inward and notice how our bodies are held by our seats. Let's go ahead and notice that together now. And as you are noticing how your body is held by the place where you are seated, we're invited to then take a moment and notice which part of your body feels the most held by your seat. And you want to write down that body part into your journal. And we're saying, here is where I am already supported, right where I am seated. Here is where I am already supported, right where I am seated. You want to take a moment and let your brain refresh its awareness of that experience and allow your body the next minute to absorb that experience of being supported. And as you are noticing that support, take a moment and see if you can recognize, what does that quality of support feel like to you? Does it feel like a sense of stability or calmness or a sense of peace? Take a moment and notice what word and experience presents itself to you as you recognize the support. And then from that place of being supported, we're then invited to take a look at what are the things that went well for you in your day today. We're going to make a list of about 5 or 10 things depending on how your day went, and then we're going to feel the living support that is alive in each of those circumstances. Let's go ahead first and make our list. Now we're going to take a moment and we're going to go back through that list, and you want to take a moment to recognize what is the quality of support alive in each of those items on the list. Let's take a moment and recognize that. as you are receiving each of those things, notice how you feel supported now. You can take a moment and refresh your awareness of how your body is held. And notice what has changed. And then from that place of being supported, we're now moving into um, what are the things that are still in process for you today, or what are the things that are still challenging? You're going to take a moment and you're going to write those down into your journal, and then you're going to just take some time to hold each of them physically in the living support that God is already providing you. Let's go ahead and write down what is still in process today. And then from there we are moving and transitioning to our sleep and to our rest. You want to notice if there's something that is, pretty big that you are dealing with, that while you go to bed, you want to then feel where you feel that, and then also recognize where do you feel supported, and really going back and forth between this is where my system is going through a lot. Maybe it's in my mind, maybe it's in my physical body, maybe it's in the circumstances of my life, but tangibly offering either your hands or a blanket or a pillow for support directly to the area where you are feeling it. And you're saying, this is for this part of my body that's going through a lot. I'm going to receive this living support that is being provided. And then just take some time to keep focusing on letting those two things be coming together, and watch how your nervous system responds to that and how your body responds. I thank you for being here, and I give great thanks to my living Jesus Christ, who leads me on this very narrow path, and yet it is a path that leads us straight home to God's living heart and living peace and grace, and God is here to hold us in this so that we can rest deeply. I wish you guys a wonderful evening, and I look forward to seeing you when it suits your schedule next. Have a great night.